That's where you feel, I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
What good is this going to do? Mm-hmm. It's dark. It's cold. It's February. It's Boston. You're $800,000 in debt. Why the hell would you want to get out of bed? Mm. And I started reaching for the snooze button because if you think about something for more than 5 seconds, you go from consciously using the part of your brain to slipping into your subconscious and your habit loops. Mm-hmm. And that's where all the procrastination, all the stress, all of the habits and patterns that you have, whether they're thinking patterns or they are behavior patterns, that's where all of that self-sabotaging behavior is encoded in your brain and runs on autopilot, and it takes over in less than 5 seconds. Well, for whatever reason, as I was reaching for that snooze button that morning, I just started counting backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I stood up. And that was the first morning I used it. I started using it every morning to just get out of bed. And then I made myself a promise that I would use this countdown technique anytime I knew what I could or should do but didn't feel like doing it. Mm-hmm. And slowly but surely, using this little count backwards technique that I started calling the 5-second rule. You got to move within 5 seconds or your brain kills your motivation to act. The counting backwards is critical. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work if you count up. It doesn't really work if you think about moving. Counting backwards is this incredible starting ritual that manually moves you from the basal ganglia to the prefrontal cortex. Mm-hmm. That's what it does.
Yeah.
And the other genius thing about this is that it acts like the first domino that falls in a new direction because counting backwards is in of itself an action. Mm-hmm. And so it is the first micro action that you take in a new direction because when you start counting, you've actually made a decision to do the thing.
Yeah.
That's why it works. And now, of course, I know all the science that proves why. And so I just went on with my life. I was selfish. I'm like, I need to climb out of this hole that we've dug and nobody's going to do it for me. Mm-hmm. And I'm using this little tool to do the things that I need to do that I don't feel like doing. And it was working. And I did that for 3 years. And it was in that period of time that I auditioned for a radio show so that I could make some money on Saturday mornings to pay for groceries. Mm-hmm. That show took off. It became a syndicated daytime show.